Hi guys, welcome back to What's on My Plate. So for today I'm making Hasselback potatoes. They're going to be delicious. You're going to love it. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have 4 pounds of yellow potatoes. I am going to go ahead and start peeling them, and then we will get to the next step. Okay, so my potatoes are peeled, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a pot of cold water, and that'll be the next step. Okay, so in my pot, I added a tablespoon of sea salt. I'm going to add my potatoes. The water's cold. I'm going to let these potatoes get to a boil, and I'm going to boil them for approximately 5 to 7 minutes. All my potatoes are pretty small. I chose a bag that didn't have big potatoes because this is going to be a side dish, and I'm going to just put them on a platter for my barbecue or for dinner. And well, I'm doing it for my barbecue, so everyone could grab a potato, they can grab a piece of corn, they can grab, you know, whatever they want to eat, or you just do it for dinner. So what I'm doing is I'm parboiling them because it's going to be quicker to cook in the oven after. So when this gets to a boil, 5 to 7 minutes, we're going to remove them, drain them, and set them aside so they can cool. So we'll get to the next step of making the dressing that's going to go over them. Okay, so for the dressing that's going to go on top of the potatoes, I have a 1/2 cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, adding it to my bowl. I have 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, adding that to my bowl. I have 1 teaspoon of sea salt, adding that to my bowl. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, and that's going in. Then I have a teaspoon of ground onion. Okay, let me get that in. Teaspoon of ground onion, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Okay, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So this is just the herbs. There's no salt or anything in it. It has like basil, oregano in here. Okay, and then all we do is we just mix this up. Okay, and then we're going to baste the potatoes with this when they go in the oven. So, I mean, that's pretty simple, right? It smells great. Okay, so I'm going to just set this aside. My potatoes are almost done. I'm going to let them cool before I start slicing them. And that would be the next step. Okay, my potatoes are strained, and I'm going to let them cool off, and then we will slice them. That's the next step. Okay, so now that my potatoes have cooled, get a really sharp knife, and we're going to start slicing these. I'm going to show you 2 of them because I already sliced the others. So just with the sharp knife, do not go down too far, just little slices, just like so, and take your time so the potato doesn't break apart. Okay, I'm going to flip it and do this part here. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and add this to my tray, and then I'll show you one more. So I got smaller potatoes. That's why I only boiled them for 5 to 7 minutes. But if the potatoes are much bigger, they might just need like maybe 10 minutes for boiling. So yeah, just slice like this. And you can always make these ahead if you're having a barbecue, you throw these right in your oven while you're cooking your other food on the grill, and then everything is done at the same time. So there you go. And now I'm just gonna start basting them, and I'll show you that part. Okay, so my potatoes are lined up on my baking sheet. I sprayed it with like the Pam spray, and my dressing's here. So when I made this, I didn't tell you, but I put it in the refrigerator because when you make anything with olive oil, it thickens up when it's refrigerated. So I flipped all my potatoes over, and I'm just going to add this all over each potato. Okay. We're gonna do both sides. Okay. And these are gonna be so good. And set them aside. If you're having a barbecue, make these and then just baste them and leave them on the side until you're ready to eat your barbecue. Okay. Each one's done. Okay, all over, all around. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip each one, because this is where all my slits are. And the dressing went actually all over it. Okay, so I'm going to flip each one. This one, you know, if you cut it too far down, that's going to happen. That happened on a few of them. Okay, flip over, flip over. Okay, and then we're going to baste the other side. Same thing, just all over. And then if you have any more dressing after they're done, just baste them one more time. Okay. Have like a barbecue or just for dinner. You can pre-do that, like pre-make this. Just like this, set it aside. Because when I use my grill, it's filled. It doesn't have room for everything. So I usually do my corn in the house and I do my potatoes in the house. So these are done. Now all I'm going to do is sprinkle paprika all over them. And my oven is set at 425 degrees. They're going to go in for about 20 to 25 minutes. And they're done. If you want them really crispy, then maybe put your oven on at 450 degrees. But look how good they look. I will give you a close-up. I mean, I had it at close-up, but look how good. So now in the oven they go 20-25 minutes and they're done, or until they're fork tender. So that'll be the next step. Okay, so here's my Hasselback potatoes all out of the oven. I'm gonna put them on a platter and I will show you. Okay, my potatoes, my Hasselback potatoes are done. I put them on my platter and they are super tender and they smell amazing. Just want to show you the bottom. They're nice and crispy on the bottom. So good. Thank you so much for watching What's on My Plate. Enjoy.